Most welcome to Historiespanarna, History Reconnaissance, and the Ford Motor Company Submarine Hunters. When German U-boats threatened America's lifeline at sea in 1917, President Wilson turned to an unlikely ally, U.S. autobuilder Henry Ford. Although U-boat attacks off the U.S. East Coast were minimal compared to World War II, the ability of German submarines to sink ships with near impunity shocked the public. This created an urgent demand for new patrol vessels to replace the earlier wooden-hulled subchasers. Faster ships with greater range were desperately needed, and needed quickly. Henry Ford joined the U.S. Shipping Board as an active advisor, stating, "What we need is one type of ship in large numbers." So join us for this lesser-known story of World War I maritime mass production. And please subscribe to our channel and join us on our journey in history. As he reviewed the Navy's plans for the proposed steel patrol ships, Henry Ford recommended that all hull plates be designed flat to allow for faster, large-scale production. He also successfully convinced the Navy to adopt steam turbines in place of the traditional reciprocating steam engines. Recognizing the lack of suitable facilities within Navy shipyards to construct the new vessels, Secretary of the Navy Josephus Daniels became personally involved. He asked Ford if he would take on the responsibility of building the ships. Ford agreed, and in January 1918 he was officially authorized to begin construction on 100 patrol craft. Ford's approach to shipbuilding was groundbreaking. He planned to construct a new facility along the River Rouge near Detroit, where ships would be manufactured like automobiles, through mass production methods and with factory labor. From there, the completed vessels would travel via the Great Lakes and St. Lawrence River to reach the Atlantic coast. To begin, Ford engineers created a full-scale model at Highland Park facility. The new assembly plant was completed in just 5 months, with the first keel laid in May 1918. Much of the machinery and fittings were produced at the Highland Park plant in Detroit. Initially, Ford envisioned using a continuously moving assembly line for boats, similar to its automobile production. However, the size of the ships made this impractical. Instead, a step-by-step process was adopted along a 1,700-foot line, divided into 7 distinct assembly stages. The first Eagle boat was launched on July 11, 1918. The launching of this 200-foot craft was a formidable operation. Not built on slipways, from which they could slide into the water, the hulls moved slowly from the assembly line on enormous tractor-drawn flat cars. They were then placed on a 225-foot steel trestle alongside the water's edge, which could be sunk 20 feet into the water by hydraulic action. The plan was to fit the Eagles out with all the basic equipment of a warship, turbines, weaponry, wiring, etc., after launch. But this quickly became a choke point due to the cramped spaces on the boats themselves and violated Ford's own mass production ethos. Unfortunately, the Eagle boats faced numerous problems stemming from Ford's lack of experience in shipbuilding. For example, since the Model T production did not involve electric arc welding, the quality of the welding on the Eagle boats was substandard. The situation was so concerning that the supervising constructor requested 4 workers minimize their welding, particularly on watertight and oil-tight bulkheads. The original expectation, set out in a contract between Ford and the Navy on March 1, 1918, was for delivery of 100 ships, 1 by mid-July, 10 by mid-August, 20 by mid-September, and 25 each month thereafter, or approximately 1 new Eagle boat completed each working day of the month. The first 7 boats were not completed until the end of 1918, and succeeding boats were plagued by issues such as leaky fuel oil compartments. The name Eagle boat originated from a wartime editorial in the Washington Post, which urged the creation of an eagle to scour the seas and pounce upon and destroy every German submarine. Despite this bold vision, the Eagle boats were not completed in time to serve in World War I. Their performance at sea received mixed reviews. One key design change, Ford's decision to use flange plates instead of traditional roll plates, streamlined manufacturing but compromised the vessel's ability to handle rough seas effectively.
That's all, folks. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.